Hello everyone, welcome back to another Carecollab. Today we're talking about Laelia dayana / Cattleya bicalhoi. I've been invited by Nina from Ninja's Orchids to join this Carecollab, and the other participant is Cloud Forest Vibes. Please check out their channels and videos down below, and if you have a Cattleya bicalhoi / Laelia dayana, please let us know and join us for the next update. Laelia dayana, I'm just gonna call it Laelia dayana for now. It's easier to pronounce than Cattleya bicalhoi, even though Cattleya bicalhoi is the currently accepted name for it. Laelia dayana is, as you can see, a very small and compact plant. It's actually mature and blooming size. As you can see, this has flowered before. Was its first bloom, and it was extremely exciting for me because it was the first Cattleya type to bloom under my care. So this plant will always have a very special place for me because I have a mainly Cattleya / Laelia based collection, and most of them are very small plants and far away from blooming. So it was really nice to see this plant, take the first step, bloom, and it was super exciting. This is not the tipo version, this is the cerulean. So I guess the tipo Laelia dayana is more pink, it doesn't have such a dark purple lip. I really prefer the cerulean though, it's just really nice. The contrast between the slight lilac sepals and petals and then the dark purple lip really does it for me. If you're familiar with my grow setup, you know that I grow just on a little cupboard with artificial lights inside just the living room. So I don't have any special plant room, I don't have a greenhouse, I just have grow lights that supplement the plants with the light that they require to photosynthesize. And I have these grow lights set to kind of mimic a yearly sun cycle. So what I mean by this is that during the summer the lights will be on longer, and during the winter they will be on shorter. So during the summer I have 16 hours of day, and during the winter only 10. And basically in between I'll adjust the lights to kind of simulate seasons for the plants, because many of my plants are very seasonal growers, so they really need the light cue to react appropriately and start growing, producing roots or flowering. I also have heat mats to supplement the warmth that the plants need, especially during the winter. Right now I switch them on again because getting somewhat chilly in the kind of morning and later afternoon. So it's autumn in Germany where I live. So the heat mats really help me make sure that the plants receive also the tropical warmth that they would have evolved to grow under. I'm a huge fan of this plant. It's a pretty vigorous grower. I've only had it for a year, maybe a year and a half, but it's been really multiplying a lot. It produces growth after growth. I have not really seen it take an extremely long rest during winter. I can definitely see it slow down a little bit during winter, but as you can see, there are lots of roots on this plant. The pot is full of roots. Right now there's one growth that's almost matured. There's no flower in there though. And then it's just starting another growth as well. And as I said, it's just rooting a lot. So this is really exciting for me. This plant seems to really have a vigor that you don't necessarily see from a lot of Cattleya species or orchid species in general. Usually the really vigorous plants are more likely to be hybrid. It's kind of this heterosis effect. Yeah, media-wise, this plant is in just, as you can see, it just lives in somewhat chunky bark. It does not require a lot of hydration compared to other plants I have. Yes, I do water it only once a week or so, but that is completely fine with it. I just fertilize it like any other Cattleya I have, so that's like 200 or so-ish parts per million of a balanced fertilizer. What I do is I use reverse osmosis water because the water here where I live is extremely hard and this would really burn the roots. So I basically use reverse osmosis water, add the fertilizer, and add a little bit of tap water. And I do this because my fertilizer does not contain any calcium, and also the kind of calcium carbonate, which is what makes the water really hard, at least in my mind. I don't know if that's actually true, but I feel like it kind of also helps kind of buffer the substrate a little so it doesn't get quite as acidic as quickly. And other than that, I just have the plant sit there. I like mist it with water whenever I think about it. I mist now as autumn approaches. I don't mist them as much anymore. For me, really the peak seasons of misting are the dead summer and the dead winter, when during summer it's really hot. So just to kind of cool the plants down a little bit. And during winter, when I have the heat running, humidity levels drop really low, like below 20% sometimes. So I just mist them to keep them alive. But now during autumn, this plant is really easygoing, I feel. So it's just in its pot, it just produces roots, new growth, and just sits there and does its thing. So I'm really happy with this. And I think if you're a beginner and you'd like to start maybe venturing into Cattleya species, don't do what I did and get like a Rex, Walkeriana, and a Dayana right away, because I feel like those are a little more finicky. Just get a Laelia dayana. I think they're also readily available, at least in Europe. I see them a lot. So this one, for example, I got from Schwerter Orchideen, and they have the Tipo and the Cerulean forms. I've also seen them on Großrechner Orchideen and so on. So they're definitely easy enough to get a hold of, at least in Europe. And so, yeah, I think as a beginner, you want to venture into maybe more species. You have maybe some experience now with an Oncidopsis or something, or like a kind of Oncidium intergeneric, and I think then you're really ready to have a very easy to care for Cattleya species. It's a very rewarding plant, and I think, to be honest, like, yes, the flower was nice and had a very, very faint fragrance, not very strong, nothing that you would really smell from far away. But I also think that even without the flower, you just have these roots and the leaves. It's a very aesthetically pleasing plant. The leaves have this really nice shine. The pseudobulbs are plump and shiny as well. I think this is very attractive. And so, yeah, I highly recommend it if you have the chance to pick one up. You have the funds, you have some space. It's a very compact plant as well, right? So it's not going to take a lot of space. Just go for it. It's a very nice plant to have. So yeah, I think this is all I have to tell you right now. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to, like, after watching this video, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you. And after that, don't forget to head over to Ninja Orchids and Cult Forest Vibes. Watch their videos and see maybe their living condition, or their growth conditions rather, are closer to what you are faced with at home. And so you can really see how people in different parts of the world and with different setups grow their plants. And yeah, as I said, if you make videos and you have your own Laelia dayana, let us also know, and then you'll join the Carecollab for an update. And with that all said, thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Also without blooming, I think this